In recent weeks, one of the central figures from the popular TLC reality series 1000 lb Sisters Amy Slaton made SO. Hello viewers, welcome back to my channel. For 1000 pound sister latest news you headlines. Not for a medical update or a dramatic family feud. But for hosting a public meet and greet event that sparked a wide range of reactions across social media and within broader cultural conversations. The event, held at a shopping center in East Tennessee, was intended as a gesture of gratitude toward fans who have supported her journey through weight loss, personal struggles, and the intense spotlight that comes with reality television fame. However, what was meant to be a lighthearted fan interaction quickly evolved into a polarizing moment, igniting debates about body image, public health, celebrity culture, and the responsibilities of public figures. Amy Slaton, known for her candid portrayal of life with morbid obesity, subsequent bariatric surgery, and ongoing recovery, has long been a figure of both admiration and controversy. Alongside her sister Tammy Slaton, Amy rose to prominence through 1000 lb Sisters, a show that chronicles their attempts to lose weight, manage chronic health conditions, and navigate complex familial relationships. Over the seasons, viewers have witnessed emotional breakthroughs, setbacks, and moments of resilience, making the sisters relatable to many who struggle with similar challenges. Yet, the show's format, centered around extreme weight and medical intervention. Has also drawn criticism for potentially sensationalizing obesity and reducing deeply personal health journeys to entertainment. The meet and greet, advertised on Amy's social media platforms, promised photo opportunities, autographs, and brief conversations with fans. Tickets were sold in advance, with proceeds partially benefiting a local charity focused on obesity awareness and mental health support. From an organizational standpoint, the event seemed well-intentioned, a way to connect directly with supporters while raising funds for a cause tied to Amy's lived experience. Attendees described the atmosphere as warm and welcoming, with Amy appearing cheerful, engaged, and appreciative of those who came out to see her. Yet, almost immediately after photos and videos from the event circulated online, reactions began to diverge sharply. On one side, fans praised Amy for showing courage by stepping into the public eye despite past vulnerabilities. Many expressed gratitude for her openness about mental health, addiction, and the emotional toll of obesity. Comments like, "She's inspiring. I've lost 80 pounds thanks to her journey, and it means so much to see her thriving," flooded supportive posts. For these individuals, Amy's presence at the event symbolized progress. Not just physical transformation, but emotional strength and a willingness to engage with the world on her own terms. However, a significant counter-narrative emerged from health professionals, body positivity advocates, and critics concerned about the messages being sent through such high-profile events. Some questioned whether celebrating Amy's appearance in a public setting, particularly given her history of mobility challenges and ongoing health risks, inadvertently glorified aspects of her journey that should be treated with more nuance. One nutritionist commented, "While I respect her progress, we need to be cautious about turning weight loss milestones into public spectacles. Obesity is a serious medical condition, not a performance." Others pointed to the nature of reality television itself as a complicating factor. Critics argued that shows like 1000 lb Sisters often prioritize drama and shock value over genuine education or sustainable health messaging. By hosting a meet and greet that leaned into her celebrity status, some felt Amy was reinforcing the very system that profits from personal suffering. "It's one thing to share your story, it's another to monetize it in ways that may discourage systemic change," wrote one commentator on a popular health blog. The debate intensified when a video clip went viral, showing Amy struggling briefly to walk between fan stations, requiring assistance from staff. While organizers later clarified that she was managing expected physical limitations and had medical personnel on standby, the footage fueled concerns about exploitation and safety. Was this event truly in Amy's best interest, or was it another example of reality stars being pushed beyond their limits for content and profit? Advocacy groups for disability rights weighed in, emphasizing the importance of accessibility and consent in public appearances involving individuals with chronic health conditions. Adding another layer to the discussion was the role of social media in shaping perception. Clips from the event were edited and shared across platforms like TikTok, Instagram, and X, formerly Twitter, often stripped of context. In some cases, Amy was mocked or ridiculed, with captions focusing on her size rather than her accomplishments. This prompted backlash from supporters who condemned the cruelty and called for greater empathy. "Would you treat someone in real life the way you comment online?" One fan posted. "She's a human being with feelings, not a meme." Conversely, even well-meaning praise raised questions about the standards being applied. Why is weight loss seen as the ultimate measure of success for someone like Amy? Why does public validation often hinge on visible transformation rather than internal growth, self-acceptance, or emotional healing? Body neutrality and fat acceptance advocates use the moment to challenge societal biases that equate thinness with worthiness. We celebrate her because she's losing weight, but would we celebrate her just as much if she stayed the same size but found happiness? Asked one activist in a widely shared thread. The mixed reactions also reflect broader tensions in how society views obesity. On one hand, there is growing recognition of obesity as a complex medical issue influenced by genetics, environment, trauma, and socioeconomic factors. Medical experts emphasize that shaming or stigmatizing individuals does not lead to healthier outcomes. In fact, it often worsens mental health and discourages people from seeking help. On the other hand, there remains a persistent cultural narrative that frames weight as a matter of personal responsibility, willpower, and moral virtue. Events like Amy's meet and greet become flashpoints because they sit at the intersection of these conflicting ideologies. For Amy personally, the event likely represented something far simpler than the public discourse surrounding it. In interviews leading up to the gathering, she spoke about wanting to say thank you to the people who have followed her journey, sent encouraging messages, and shared their own stories. "They've been with me through the lowest points," she said in a behind-the-scenes video. "Meeting them face-to-face. It means everything." From this perspective, the meet and greet was not about spectacle or endorsement, but connection. Still, the implications extend beyond individual intent. Public figures, especially those in the realm of health and wellness, carry influence, whether they seek it or not. When someone like Amy participates in a ticketed fan event, it sends signals about what kinds of narratives are valued and rewarded. It also raises ethical questions about the boundaries between private struggle and public consumption. Should reality stars be expected to protect their own boundaries more rigorously? Or do networks and production companies bear greater responsibility for ensuring that participants aren't exploited? TLC, as the network behind 1000 Sisters, has faced scrutiny for years over its portrayal of vulnerable individuals. While the show includes disclaimers about medical supervision and informed consent, critics argue that the format inherently encourages sensationalism. Episodes often highlight extreme weights, emergency hospitalizations, and emotional breakdowns, all framed within a narrative arc designed to keep viewers engaged. The addition of commercial ventures like meet and greets, merchandise, and social media branding further blurs the line between advocacy and entertainment. Some fans defend the show's approach, arguing that without dramatic storytelling, important issues might never reach a wide audience. "If it weren't for 1000 Sisters, I wouldn't know how hard bariatric surgery recovery is," said one viewer. "It opened my eyes." Others counter that awareness should not come at the expense of dignity. They suggest alternative formats, documentaries, educational series, or peer-led support programs that could inform the public without relying on personal trauma for ratings. The controversy surrounding Amy's meet and greet also underscores the evolving relationship between celebrities and their audiences in the digital age. Gone are the days when fans could only glimpse stars through carefully curated magazine spreads or televised interviews. Today, influencers and reality personalities interact directly with followers via live streams, quandas, and in-person events. This accessibility fosters intimacy and loyalty, but it also increases pressure on public figures to remain constantly available and performative. For someone like Amy, whose identity has become intertwined with her health journey, the demand for visibility can be overwhelming. Every public appearance is scrutinized, not just for fashion or demeanor, but for weight fluctuations, energy levels, and perceived progress. There is little room for privacy or off days. The meet and greet, therefore, was not merely a fun outing. It was a highly charged moment loaded with expectation. Moreover, the economic dimension cannot be ignored. Reality stars often rely on ancillary income, events, sponsorships, brand deals to sustain their livelihoods, especially after their shows conclude or ratings decline. Amy's meet and greet, while charitable in part, was also a business venture. This duality, personal mission versus commercial enterprise, is increasingly common in influencer culture, where authenticity is both a selling point and a potential vulnerability. Looking ahead, the conversation sparked by this event may prompt reflection within the entertainment industry and among viewers themselves. Can reality TV evolve to better support the well-being of its participants while still delivering compelling content? How can fans engage with public figures in ways that honor their humanity without reducing them to metrics of success? And how do we as a society talk about obesity without judgment, shame, or oversimplification? There are no easy answers, but the intensity of the reaction to Amy Slaton's meet and greet suggests that these questions matter deeply. Her story resonates because it touches on universal themes: struggle, hope, resilience, and the desire to be seen and accepted. At the same time, it exposes the contradictions in how we treat bodies, health, and celebrity in the modern world. Ultimately, Amy's decision to host the event was her own, a choice rooted in gratitude, connection, and perhaps a need to reclaim agency over her narrative. Whether others view it as empowering or problematic says less about her and more about the values and assumptions we bring to the conversation. The mixed reactions reveal a culture still grappling with how to discuss weight, health, and visibility with compassion and integrity. As discussions continue online and offline, one thing remains clear: stories like Amy's will continue to captivate, challenge, and divide us. And perhaps that's not entirely a bad thing. If nothing else, they remind us that behind every headline, every viral clip, and every public appearance, there's a person navigating a complex, deeply personal journey. One that deserves to be met not with judgment, but with empathy, nuance, and respect. In the end, the true measure of progress may not be found in numbers on a scale or attendance at a fan event, but in our collective ability to listen, learn, and respond with kindness. Even when opinions differ. Amy Slaton's meet and greet did not provide closure, but it did open a door. One that invites us to reflect not only on her journey, but on our own beliefs about health, worth, and what it means to truly support one another in times of transform. 1,000 LB Sisters star reveals jaw-dropping 500-pound weight loss photos. In a powerful and deeply personal journey that has captivated millions, Amy Slaton Halterman, one of the beloved stars of TLC's hit reality series 1000 LB Sisters, has revealed an extraordinary milestone. She has lost over 500 pounds through a combination of medical intervention, lifestyle changes, and unwavering determination. The transformation, both physical and emotional, has not only reshaped her body, but redefined her life, offering hope and inspiration to countless individuals battling obesity and health challenges. Amy, who first entered the public eye alongside her sister Tammy Slaton in 2020, quickly became a symbol of resilience in the face of overwhelming adversity. The show documented their shared struggles with morbid obesity, mental health issues, family dynamics, and the long road toward recovery. While both sisters have experienced ups and downs on their weight loss journeys, Amy's recent achievement stands as one of the most remarkable success stories in the history of reality television, focused on health transformation. At her peak, Amy weighed approximately 585 pounds, a number that placed her at extreme risk for life-threatening conditions such as heart disease, diabetes, sleep apnea, and mobility limitations. Simple daily tasks like walking across a room, climbing stairs, or even tying her shoes were nearly impossible. Her health was deteriorating rapidly, and doctors warned that without significant intervention, her life expectancy could be drastically shortened. The turning point came after a series of hospitalizations and medical complications related to her weight. In one particularly harrowing episode, Amy was rushed to the emergency room due to severe respiratory distress. It was during this crisis that she made the life-altering decision to pursue bariatric surgery. After extensive evaluations and consultations with a multidisciplinary medical team, she underwent a sleeve gastrectomy, a procedure that reduces the size of the stomach to limit food intake and promotes satiety with smaller portions. While surgery served as the catalyst, Amy emphasizes that it was only the beginning of a much longer and more complex journey. "People think losing weight is just about cutting food or getting surgery," she said in a recent interview. "But it's so much deeper than that. It's about healing your mind, changing your habits, and learning how to love yourself, even when it feels impossible. Her transformation didn't happen overnight. Over the course of several years, Amy worked closely with nutritionists, therapists, physical trainers, and support groups to rebuild her life from the ground up. She adopted a structured meal plan rich in protein, vegetables, and healthy fats, while eliminating processed foods, sugary drinks, and emotional eating triggers. Portion control became second nature, and hydration took center stage in her daily routine. Physical activity, once unimaginable, gradually became part of her new normal. Starting with short walks around her home, Amy slowly increased her endurance. With encouragement from her husband Dylan Halterman and her sister Tammy, she began incorporating light resistance training and low-impact exercises such as swimming and seated workouts. As the pounds came off, her energy levels soared, allowing her to engage in activities she hadn't enjoyed in decades, like playing with her children. Pounds came off, her energy levels soared, allowing her to engage in activities she hadn't enjoyed in decades, like playing with her children, attending family events, and even going shopping without needing adaptive clothing. One of the most profound aspects of Amy's journey has been her focus on mental and emotional wellness. For years, she struggled with depression, anxiety, and trauma stemming from childhood experiences and toxic relationships. Through therapy and self-reflection, she began to address the root causes of her overeating. "I used food to numb pain, to fill a void," she admitted. "But no amount of food could ever fix what was broken inside. Healing meant facing those wounds head-on." Her vulnerability resonated with fans around the world. Social media platforms lit up with messages of support as Amy shared candid updates, progress photos, and motivational insights. Her Instagram account, which now boasts over 2 million followers, has become a digital diary of triumph and transparency. From celebrating non-scale victories, like fitting into a standard airplane seat, to opening up about setbacks and relapses, Amy has remained refreshingly honest about the roller coaster of weight loss. Perhaps one of the most emotional moments came when she posted a side-by-side photo comparing her appearance before and after her transformation. In the earlier image, Amy is seated in a wheelchair, wearing oversized clothing, her face swollen from fluid retention. In the newer photo, she stands confidently, smiling brightly, dressed in jeans and a fitted top, her arms toned and posture upright. The caption read, "This isn't just weight I've lost, this is my life I've gained back." Fans flooded the comments with praise. "You are my hero," wrote one follower. "If you can do it, so can I." Another shared, "Seeing your journey gives me hope for my own." The outpouring of support underscored the cultural impact of Amy's story, not just as entertainment, but as a beacon of possibility for those feeling trapped by their circumstances. Behind the scenes, Amy credits her family, especially her husband Dylan, as instrumental in her success. "Dylan never gave up on me," she said. "Even when I wanted to quit, he reminded me why I started. He celebrated every small win and held my hand through every setback." Their relationship, which blossomed during the filming of 1000 LB Sisters, has endured intense public scrutiny, personal trials, and health emergencies, yet their bond has only grown stronger. Tammy, too, has played a pivotal role. Though their paths have diverged at times, Tammy has faced her own challenges with weight regain and personal loss. The sisters remain each other's anchors. They've shared tearful reconciliations, supported one another through surgeries, and stood side by side during moments of joy and grief. Their unbreakable connection is a testament to the power of sibling love, even amid chaos. Critics have occasionally questioned the ethics of reality TV spotlighting extreme weight loss journeys, arguing that such programming can sensationalize suffering or promote unhealthy comparisons. However, advocates for health awareness maintain that shows like 1000 LB Sisters serve an important purpose. They destigmatize obesity, educate viewers about its complexities, and highlight the importance of medical and psychological support. Dr. Susan Albers, a clinical psychologist specializing in eating behaviors, noted, "Obesity is not a moral failing. It's a multifaceted condition influenced by genetics, environment, trauma, and biology. When someone like Amy shares her story with honesty and courage, it helps dismantle shame and encourages others to seek help." Indeed, Amy's journey has sparked broader conversations about access to bariatric care, the need for compassionate healthcare, and the societal biases faced by people living with obesity. Despite medical advancements, many patients still encounter judgment from doctors, employers, and even loved ones. Pounds came off, her energy levels soared, allowing her to engage in activities she hadn't enjoyed in decades, like playing with her children, attending family events,